Hey guys, it's Chris at Highline Guitars. You're watching another one of my YouTube guitar building videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope that by the end of this video, I'll have earned the honor and privilege of your subscription. Okay, so in today's video, I'm gonna eat a little bit of crow. Why? Well, in a video that I posted last week, I explained how some of you may be using your fret rockers incorrectly. And one of the issues I pointed out was the fact that when you place the fret rocker over the 3 frets that you're testing, if the fret rocker leans to one side or the other, you could get an inaccurate reading. You have to present the fret rocker so that the edge is resting flat against the frets. It can't be angled, because if it is, you can get an inaccurate reading. But what I failed to do is explain why. Well, in that video, in the comments, a gentleman posted that the reason that happens is because the tool itself is not absolutely flat. It may have a slight warp to it, and that's why it's going to click if you set it over the frets at a slight angle. Well, you know, one of my failings in life is that when someone points out something to me that I already know, I tend to get a little bit snarky. And I'm trying to work on that, because it really isn't fair to the person who's commenting, especially when they're right. So here I am admitting that I was wrong in my response to his comments. But what I should have done is I should have explained it in that video why this can happen. And I think that this is a problem that's probably more common than we realize, because I have a feeling a lot of these tools that are being sold, they aren't absolutely flat. Now, when you buy a tool like this, it's a good idea to check the flat edges that you're actually placing on the frets against a surface that is known to be precision flat. Now, in my case, I've got a precision ground straight edge. This surface is precision ground, absolutely flat. And I can take the tool and I can set it, each edge against that precision surface, and I can see that they are absolutely flat. In fact, I can hold it up with a light in the background and I can't see any light leaking underneath it. Every edge is perfectly flat. However, if I take the sharp edge of the tool and place it so that the tool is at an angle to that precision ground surface, you probably can't hear this. I can actually feel it. It is not straight. It has got a slight bow to it, and it's only in one direction. So, in essence, it's bowing like this. So this side here, the bottom here, is actually curved up. Well, the top is curved up as well. So when I place the tool on the frets and then angle it, I get that clicking sound. But if I turn the tool around and angle it the same way, there's nothing. So that's an indication that it's slightly warped. So what this means, I think, is that there are probably a lot of you out there with these tools that, even though that flat surface is perfectly precision ground flat, because the tool itself may be slightly warped, you could be getting inaccurate readings. And that's the reason why I mentioned that in that earlier video, was that, you know, if you're holding it at an angle, you could be getting a reading that this middle fret that you're testing has a high spot. So you're going to want to try to grind that down, when in fact, it may not be high at all. It may be perfectly level. So what you'd end up doing is grinding a low spot. So what I would encourage you to do, if you buy one of these tools or already have one, is first check the surfaces against a known precision flat edge like I just showed you. And then check to see if the tool itself has that warp to it. And if it does, just be aware of that. And then kind of get a feel for whether or not the tool is giving you an accurate reading when you present it to the frets. You want to make sure that the surface, the precision ground surface, is absolutely flat to the frets and that you're not accidentally angling the tool as you check the frets. So now that I've explained what can cause these tools to be inaccurate, what I'm really hoping for is that the companies that make these tools, and possibly even some of the companies that make and sell fret leveling tools, will see this as an opportunity to make a new and improved version of the fret rocker. One that is not only precision flat along the edges, but is precision flat across its surfaces so that you won't get that inaccurate reading. I think that this could be really important, and if any of the companies that make and sell fret leveling tools sees this opportunity, it could be a great way to promote a tool that is better than anything else out there on the market. So, you know, we'll hope and we'll see what happens. I like to think that my videos reach a lot of people, but you know, if you know someone that you could share it with who might be involved in designing and making these sort of tools, that'd be great. I know some folks will say, well, Chris, why don't you just make your own? Why don't you start your own business? And say, well, that's not my focus, and that's not what I want to do. But I know there are a lot of other companies out there, and I'm sure there are some that might even be watching this video who will see this as an opportunity. So we'll see. I hope this video has been helpful, and it certainly should be entertaining in that I'm admitting my mistake here. And like I said, I'm trying to get better at doing that, and rather than you know, trying to defend myself against all the comments that come in, because sometimes when people make a comment, they're telling me exactly what's wrong, and I need to accept the fact that, you know, I'm not always going to be perfect in how I present the information. Sometimes I'll forget things to include, like I did in that last video. And then other times people will give me a reason that I never even thought about, never even occurred to me. And then once I learn that and understand it, instead of going after the person for trying to prove me wrong or whatever, I could share that information with you so that we all learn. It's just, I think, the right way to do it. So at any rate, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, give it a thumbs up. You know, you can visit eGuitarPlans.com or Highline Guitars merch store, and any purchase you make there is going to help support the channel so I can keep making videos on building guitars, hopefully videos that are correct. And if you want to keep it simple, you can click the thanks button and leave a tip in the amount that you think is fair. And also, if you want, you can include a question with it if you've got a question, and I will be sure to answer it for you. So until the next episode, as always, take care, stay safe, and I hope you'll be back for more future guitar building videos.